Brittany and this is Petra, and we're going to talk today about some employment questions that we always get asked.
Okay, so Brittany, I've got a client who has dropped me in their new employment agreement, and the first thing that asked is that it says they have to work a minimum of 40 hours a week. So what does that mean?
Yes, so with employment agreements we always expect that there will be a minimum number of hours that an employer is getting an employee to work, and that is the number of hours that an employer is guaranteeing the employee. So they're saying that we're going to guarantee you a minimum of 40 hours, and that means that the employee has to be available to work those 40 hours. So that's your availability period. And generally in the employment agreement it will set out the days of week and the times that those hours will be across. So for a very typical employment agreement, a minimum of 40 hours, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
Right, so what if this client gets asked to work more than 40 hours?
Yeah, again, very typical request. If the employment agreement only has a minimum of 40 hours, anything on or above that, they can say, yep, I'm free to work it, or they can have the option of saying, actually no, I'm not available and I can't work it. It's up to the employee and they can choose whether to work it or not. But as long as they're available to work that minimum of 40 hours.
What if this client gets asked to attend meetings before their shift starts? Should they get paid for that?
Of course. You know, it's work, whether it's answering emails or attending staff meetings before their shift starts, you have to get compensated for the work that you do. For most staff, you're on an hourly rate, so you should get compensated at that pro rata of that hourly rate. But you might find that your employment agreement is actually a salary, and therefore it might be that your salary covers availability for those meetings.
So for this particular client, they're working outdoors, and what happens if it's raining and they get sent home?
Yeah, good question. Check your employment agreement, but we would expect that if their shift is rained off when they've already started their shift, then they will get paid for the remainder of the shift. However, if it's rained off before the shift starts, the employment agreement should set out what is the reasonable compensation for having a rained off shift, or what's the reasonable amount of notice that an employee has to give to cancel the shift.